Okay, so we're back, and a while ago I had come across these cards from Charlotte Tilbury, and they're basically just like different looks using the Charlotte Tilbury makeup and what makeup you would use to sort of get that look. So for instance, there's the Uptown Girl and sort of like what it looks like, and then on the back it shows the different makeup that you would use to sort of get that look. So there's a whole bunch of fun ones. There's like the Glamour Muse, the Rebel, there's the Rocker Chick, the Golden Goddess, which would be fun for summer. There's a ton of them. So I don't have a ton of Charlotte Tilbury makeup, but I thought it would be kind of fun to try to recreate these looks with the makeup that I have and just sort of do like my take on them. So inspired by these cards, the first one that I wanted to do is a very, very simple look. So I thought that it would be a good one to start with. It's the Ingénue. As you can see, she's not wearing a ton of makeup, sort of light, natural colors. I feel like Ingénue is kind of like the girl next door. It's very like natural, it's not a ton of makeup, it's very innocent. So I thought that this would just be a really easy one to start with and just kind of fun to like try to recreate these looks. So yeah, I feel like I'll do some of them. I don't know if I'll do all of them or not, but I'm going to start with the Ingénue. Alright, so since the Ingénue is sort of very minimal makeup, I'm not going to put a full face of foundation on or anything. I am going to put some under my eyes just because my under eyes are so dark right now. Look at them. I mean, I was up like drinking wine on our balcony, but my own fault really, you know, well, not hydrated enough probably. So I am going to put some stuff under my eyes. I'm not going to use concealer actually, I'm just going to use the foundation stick. So, I hate when I do that. It's like I had it like wound up and so then it's all over the lid. Now it's like got a big dot in the middle. Great, so I just put a little bit under my eyes, a couple spots that I wanted to cover and just sort of blended them in with a brush. And honestly, that's all I'm gonna do for foundation or concealer. I'm not gonna put a ton on, so that's it. Next, I'm going to take a blush. Because I want to go really youthful, I'm going to use sort of a brighter, lighter pink. I'm going to go like very pink. And I'm actually going to just use this CoverGirl that I have. I've had this for forever. Probably not good anymore. Let's be honest. Makeup goes bad, so. So yeah, so this is like just like a really bright light. And I'm just going to use all three. I'm just going to like put a little bit on. I'm also going to take a little bit of my my Too Faced palette. I have a color called Sweet on Santa. So I'm actually going to take that as well. It's just like a nice bright pink. So because I want it to look really natural, I'm not going to use any bronzer or highlighter, and I am going to sort of bring the tone of the blush down a little bit by putting some powder all over my face. Alright, so I've just put a little bit of primer on my eyelids, so that's done. So I'm ready for some eyeshadow. And honestly, I'm not using a lot of eyeshadow. I'm just going to use two colors. I'm going to use Orb from MAC, which is just like basically my skin color all over my eyelid. And then I'm also going to use just like a very, very light color called MALT. And I'm going to put that all over my eyelid. It's honestly going to look like I'm not really wearing eyeshadow at all. Just it's a tiny bit darker than Orb. Maybe like a little bit of a taupe, whereas Orb's more like a peachy white. So as you can see, this eye just has the primer and this eye has the two eyeshadows, and there's really not that much of a difference. It's just like a little bit more polished. Okay, so I've done this eye now, and I've also just quickly curled my eyelashes. Now I'm going to use Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. So the reason I'm using this one is I found when I first put it on, a ton doesn't go on, which actually works really well in this case because I don't want a ton of mascara. I just want it to sort of look natural but still have mascara on there. I also like this one because although I hate that the brush is so thin and I don't love the way that it applies, it works really well for bottom lashes and getting the mascara on there without getting a ton of mascara all over my face. So I'm gonna use this one for that. Okay, so mascara's done. The reason I put mascara on my lower lashes as well is that I'm not using eyeliner at all, and I'm not using a ton of different colored eyeshadows. I'm using very neutral, minimal eyeshadow, so you do need your eyes to sort of pop a little bit, and mascara can help do that. So eyebrows, I'm not really gonna do anything to them. I want them to look really, really natural, so if you have some spots, you could fill them in a little bit, but I'm just gonna take a spoolie and like sort of brush them out. I just want them to look super natural, so I'm not gonna like brush them up or anything. I'm just gonna kind of like brush them so that they like look nice but not pay much attention to them. Okay, and then for lips, I am going to go a little bit more pink. I want it to, you can see sort of in this picture, she's doing really pink. I don't want to go that pink. I want to do a little bit more natural than that. So I'm going to use the Bare Minerals BAREPRO lipstick in the color Petal. And they're really nice lipsticks. They go on really nice and they're very moisturizing. They don't feel like you're putting on like dry lipstick or anything. So they're really nice. So this is the color Petal. You can see it's like a pink, but pretty natural. I'm not lining my lips or anything, obviously. And then I'm gonna take this Laura Mercier lip gloss in the color Rose and put it on. I love this lip gloss. I do have a complaint about this lip gloss though. It always leaks and then it gets sticky. And then I have to like keep it in a plastic bag. Like it's just like a whole thing. And this is my second tube. Like I bought a first one and then it leaked everywhere. And I was like, okay, I got to the point where I had it in a plastic bag. It was just leaking all over the plastic bag. I was like, I just need to like get rid of it, get a new one. So I sucked it up, I bought a new one, and now it leaks too. So I think it's just like there's something wrong with this actual container, which is unfortunate. It's so gross, but I like it so much that I'm not willing to get rid of it because I still use it a lot. Sort of like a cherry pink color. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that on. All right, so it might seem a little counterproductive because I just put 2 lipsticks on and I'm going to now take my finger and take some of it off, but I don't want it to look like I'm wearing a lot of lipstick. You want it to look natural. You want it to look like you have lipstick on without actually looking like you have lipstick on. And the one way I find to like make lipstick look more natural is to sort of buff it out with your finger after. I also feel like when you're moving it around with your finger, it's less like you have the line of your lip. It's like a lot more natural when you kind of can like rub it in. And so that is my version of the Ingénue. We have different coloring, so, you know. Inspired by Charlotte Tilbury's Ingénue look, using my own makeup, using what I have. That's it. It's so simple. I will put everything that I used down below so you know what colors I used and where they're from if you're interested in that. Subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know. And thanks for watching. So quick to do. I guess that's maybe a good thing. Normally I talk for like 2 hours.